YouTube, hello. It's been about 7 years straight since I've posted any kind of content. Um, Kind of what happens when you grow up. Can't sit on YouTube all day. But we have a big boy toy now. So this is a homemade roll cage racing simulator. So the basics. My uncle was a NASCAR pit crew member in the early 2000s, and when he retired he built this. So the frame started out as all just straight inch and a half tube, so it's all been hand cut and welded all the way around, hand bent. And also the cage splits into two. It rivets together here and a couple other spots because it is too wide for a doorway. So moving it is not a fun time. But he used to play NASCAR on it on a projector. And when I was given it, all I got was pretty much the cage. The dash, the seat, basically everything you need to start the pedals. But I didn't have a computer or any monitors or anything, so built the triple monitor table. Got the triples. They're nothing crazy. They're just some Dells. They definitely need an upgrade. Something else that I thought would be cool when I got it was to have working gauges, because these gauges here were there before, but they were just dummy gauges, just to kind of make it look like a car. And I always thought it would be badass if they worked. So if we turn them on, so everything is Sunpro except the boost gauge, but Sunpro Tac speedometer, which actually counts the miles driven in the game, and it also has a trip counter, which is pretty awesome. And then you got fuel, water temp, oil pressure. All of the switches in the dash can be mapped to a control in your games. Also these ones here. Got a SHH H-pattern shifter. It's super nice. I just got it. The NOS bottle used to be a fire extinguisher, and I made it a NOS bottle. So the seat here is a Kirky full containment road race seat with a Crow 4-point harness. It even has the leg pads and all. Now this pedal system is quite a piece of engineering in itself. This was also handmade by my uncle. So if you take a look, it's just angle iron welded. And it's on a spring system. And the way it's connected is under here. It's an absolute nightmare, but this TSW Evolution analog is actually what's running the steering of the pedals and all those switches in the gauges. So this Ethernet cable here has been split and is actually running each of the potentiometer's info through the single cable, which simplifies things quite a bit. Real Sparko. Here's a view from down here. The gauges are driven by this SimProjects Pro Gauge chip. So real car gauges are required, and it runs them. Here's the PC running the system. It's nothing crazy. It can definitely use an upgrade. It's an i5 7400 RX 480 8GB, 512 M.2 boot drive, and a terabyte Samsung SSD, 16 gigs of RAM. So there's that. The rig has a 7.1 system, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and your sub. Got the little USB hub, so I don't have to get in and out of the car. You do have to climb through the top to get in, which seems like a pain, but it's really not too bad. Here you can see the back of the Kirky, how the harness is mounted here. This net was on here since my uncle built it. I actually got the Simpson net for the other side, and it actually came with its original bag. Here's a little piece of Japanese nostalgia that I'm sure many of you have never seen. I know we recognize this, but yeah, that one's a little special there. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, this e-brake here was pulled out of a junkyard, and basically this screw here is what this stops on. The green wire is connected to the metal of the e-brake, and when it's pulled, it stops on that screw and creates a circuit pressing a button. So it's not an Axis e-brake, but it does work. The steering spline has been cut straight off of a Chevy in order to use a real quick release. So this is an automotive quick release here. There's that. So let me know, guys, if you'd like to see any gameplay of this working. If you have any questions about the build or anything being used in the build, please feel free to comment or just message me, and I will get back to you. Peace.